Hey Taurus, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is your February 2020 read. Again, this is for Taurus for February 2020 read. If you see my channel, you know this is about love, generally about somebody you're with but not getting along with, somebody you're thinking about but not communicating with, etc. So, again, general read. Keep that in mind. Hopefully this resonates with the majority of you. We always want to check your sun, moon, and rising. Sometimes those may give you a little more clarity, may add a little more to your story. So again, this is for Taurus, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, but check your other signs as well. Any likes, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the information is in the description below. All right, whoa, let's see what is going on for Taurus for February 2020. Can't believe it's already February. All right. I'm always bad about talking about the cards that I'm using, so I'm going to announce them today, and then going forward, I'm going to go ahead and put them on the About page. That way I'm giving, props to those who create the cards that I love and adore and use daily. So the 10 card spread is done with the Deviant Moon. The 2 clarifying cards are done with the Illuminating Prophecy. Sorry, the 2 theme cards are done with the Illuminating Prophecy. And the clarifying cards are the 8 Coin Tattoo Tarot, the Nicoletti Coccoli, and the Sun and Moon Tarot. So, again, and then I do Oracle cards, and the Oracle cards are the Witchwood Tarot and the Pixiekins. So, one more card. Let's get started. Then I'm going to pull 2 Theme of the Months. Normally I only pull 1, as you know, but for whatever reason, this month I was like, I need to pull 2. So that is what I'm doing. All right, final card here. Let's pull your themes and get started for Taurus, February 2020. Let's see what is going on with you guys. All right. Pull your themes and get started. What is Taurus's theme for 2020? Oh, you had 2 pop out right off the bat. First one, 3 of Wands. Second one, King of Cups. All right, 3 of Wands, partnership, planning, growth. 2 people growing together. So the first thing I'll say here is I don't necessarily know that you guys are communicating in a relationship fashion, but I do think that there's a possibility that is somewhere you're looking to head, that's somewhere. It may even be this is what, your past held, and now you're wondering if it's something that can be fulfilled in your future. Because again, the 3 of Wands is 2 people, a partnership, growth, planning. Now, it could be a partnership at work. It could be, something to do with your kids. But generally, because this is a love reading, the 3 of Wands would tell me this is 2 people trying to make things work. Maybe you're going to be communicating this month. Maybe you're already communicating and going to head forward a little bit. The reason I talk about the communication, though, big time, is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is calm, somebody who listens, somebody who listens clearly and then answers, not the person who's listening and just biding their time until they can retort or answer you back. This is somebody who's really taking into consideration how you feel. So I feel as though maybe for the first time ever, this person is actually listening to what you have to say, or maybe you're expressing yourself for the first time ever, or maybe this is what is coming to fruition. Because for some of you, I feel like you're still not communicating, but when you do, it may be in a different manner than you're used to. Maybe before it was like yelling or finger pointing or just, kind of accusatory or whatever the case may be. This communication may be a little bit different. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is capability, stamina. This is somebody who's going places. This is kind of, anytime I see this card, I don't know who got this. I think it was Leo. I'm not 100% positive, so don't quote me on that. But they got this in the same position. And this is always my, look out world card. You have no idea what I'm capable of. So I feel like regardless of whether you're, pursuing something old or not pursuing anything at all or pursuing something new, you're definitely more than capable of handling whichever direction. So I feel like you do want a partnership. You do want something going forward, whether it's old or new. We'll see. There could be somebody new coming in, but you're definitely going to be communicating. And the 9 of Wands is saying, look, you're wearing this mask right now, yet people have no idea what's coming. It's like Taurus is going to be Taurus is going to be putting something out there that nobody expected. And I feel like in general, like you're just grabbing, the bull by the horns and going, hey, I've got this. Like, don't worry about me over here. I'll go wherever Taurus wants to go. The next card you have is Three of Cups. This has been coming up a little bit for a few different signs. This is how you're feeling coming into the month. This is celebration, getting to know people, getting together with people, gatherings, groups. Maybe you're meeting new friends. Maybe you're joining, leagues, a co-ed league or a bowling league or, whatever it is. This is definitely saying you feel like getting out there. You feel like meeting new people. Now, this doesn't mean cross watchers. The Taurus is out there trying to meet a bunch of people to date or hook up with or anything like that. Usually the Three of Cups is pretty platonic. It's friendly. It's just about needing some human interaction. Just about maybe time to, get off the couch. Maybe I'm done with the solitude and would like to embrace human interaction. Nothing wrong with that, right? We all need that. We all crave it at some point. Sometimes the loneliness is good and we crave the solitude, and sometimes then it becomes lonely and we would prefer to have, the interaction of others. So I think that would not be a bad idea to get out there. And that listening could be like finding a group of people who've been through similar things. You just get out and gab. You talk about your experiences, whether it's this ex, whether it's, work, whatever it is, just a release of some sort. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. And you have the Eight of Wands. So something's coming back in. That's what I was wondering about this Three of Wands, this partnership, this growth. Partnership and growth of the Three of Wands is generally somebody you've known. This usually isn't, well, in this situation, because there's no Ace of Cups or new love presenting itself yet, which means the Three of Wands is a partnership or planning something moving forward with somebody familiar. The Eight of Wands being in your past is saying somebody from your past is probably coming in. News from afar. Now, it could be family, it could be a job offer, something like that. But the Eight of Wands is something that moves very quick. It swiftly comes in, and it's kind of forced. Not forced that you'll have to do something you don't want to do by any means, but more in the action of this person is like, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to, hang out. And I just realized my camera fell. Hold on. Okay. I don't know when that fell. Hopefully you didn't miss too much. I'm not into editing, so like what you see is what you get. You probably just saw under my table and saw some boxes left over from Christmas. Pretty exciting stuff. Anyways, what I was saying with this Eight of Wands is somebody or something is coming in quick, swift, and I feel like this person is not ready to take no for an answer. Even if you're hell-bent on, I'm not interested in pursuing this, I'm not interested in having this person in my life again, it is what it is. They're coming in. You don't have to accept the offer, but they are coming in with some sort of news or some sort of offer or some sort of, wanting of your attention or time. The next card you have, well, there it is your immediate past over the past few weeks, past month or so. I was just talking about the Ace of Cups and new love coming in. Now, this does represent new love. It also represents friendship, excitement, something that feels good, those butterfly moments. However, if this is the past few weeks, past month or so. So what I gather here is maybe somebody's coming in or maybe somebody showed interest in you. And then, because again, it's a new beginning. It's potential for happiness and love. It could be happiness and love of this person having come back. It also could be somebody new enters your life and this person from the past is like, whoa, 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 we're not through here. We still have, like plans. I still planned a life with you. I still saw us being together. Again, this is just opportunity for love and affection. It does symbolize a sense of peace. Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel like maybe this person, your past person, has tried communicating with you or has made it very clear that maybe they'd like to come back in and try something new. I would say this is new love coming in. However, with this past coming in and this Three of Wands that I was talking about, it just very much feels like this is familiar territory. Now, this could be not the past ex. This could be another ex coming in. You may have a plethora of people heading your direction, Taurus, especially with this Eight of Wands here. There's definitely people who want to get your attention. So new or old, we'll kind of go through and see more. It could be either or, but I do have a sense that there's a lot more of the past pushing its energy in. You may have met somebody new, but the past is definitely representing here. The next card you have is the Death card, which is Scorpio's card. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio or Scorpio placements in your chart. Now, this for your distant future is a good card. The Death card is not a physical death. The Death card is a rebirth, a transformation, big changes coming. Could be an actual physical birth. Somebody could be pregnant. You could have kids with this person, or you could be planning on having kids, or you guys had, step kids. You get my point. There could be children involved here. But the Death card symbolizes a transformation, but also a rebirth. I do very strongly, Taurus, feel like there could be a rebirth here for you and this other person. This Three of Wands especially, it's like screaming at me. You guys are planning things, like you want to venture on, you want to move in a new direction. But again, it has to be new, because the way they're coming in is like you're not hiding under this mask anymore. And not the Taurus hides from anybody or anything like that. It's just more you're letting your needs, your wants, everything known. And you're just not going to placate anybody. And if you guys can't figure it out, then you will move on. I feel like the opportunity for both is very present. The next card you have is the Six of Wands. This is anything that's going to happen throughout February for the next 2 weeks, your immediate future. The Six of Wands is about achievement, pride, success. So again, I feel very fulfilled, Taurus, when reading. I feel like, hey, new love's coming in. I got, the ex banging at the door. Now it's the chance or choice of, what's better for me. Now, the new love coming in, I don't necessarily feel like it's love so much. I feel like it's a new opportunity for love. It's maybe you're online dating. Maybe somebody has, made their presence known and been like, hey, Taurus, I'm interested in getting to know you. There's somebody here who's definitely wanting to get your attention, but it's not yet become love. And then you have this ex who wants to entertain pursuing something, and basically like off with a bang, like let's go, let's make plans, let's move forward. The next card you have is the Knight of Pentacles. This is something tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's very hardworking, but also very cautious, paying attention to detail. This is you, Taurus. Well, and you're an earth sign, and this is an earth sign card. You're going to watch and listen. Here you are being the King of Cups, listening. You're going to pay attention. What does the ex have to say? What are the changes that I need to see? What are the changes that this person brings? What are the solutions to the problems we've had before? How can we fix this and make a go of it? Very much a solution cited feeling with your ex, in the fact you need to see some progress, and you want to hear what are your ideas? What are you thinking? How do you figure we can make this work? What are you willing to bring to the table? What am I willing to bring to the table? So Taurus, I feel like you're feeling this out, as well as you have your eye on this other person. If you haven't met this person yet, then either they haven't made their presence known yet, or they will be making their presence known, or you may cut them off before they can make their presence known. But there's somebody who's near you, around you, maybe a friend that you've known, a coworker, somebody who, now that you're single, thought, or now that you're broken up or you're in outs with this other person, thought this would be an opportune time. Whether they've taken it or not, I don't know, but they're definitely very interested in getting to know you better. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end, etc. You have the Chariot, which is Cancer's card, okay? Now, the Chariot is self-identification. This is figuring out exactly like I talked about, what you wanted. The Chariot can be driven by yourself. So you can drive this Chariot all day long, move on the path you want to go, no big deal. You want somebody to be on the Chariot with you eventually. You want somebody for the life planning and the goals. The Chariot is forward momentum. That's what you would like to see. The question is it old or new forward momentum? The Chariot, like I said, is Cancer's card. So it could be a Cancer you're dealing with, or you could have Cancer placements in your chart. And you have two major water sign cards, and then a pretty heavy water sign card here, and water here and here. So you could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But again, this is you saying, I want forward momentum. Whether I go all by myself and do my own thing and kick any option to the curb, or whether I allow the past to kind of come in or find something in the future, you're capable of any of it. Right now, you're kind of like, bring it on. Like, you guys have no idea what I have to offer under this mask. I'm waiting to see who comes through. I'm waiting to see who steps up their game. I'm waiting to see who actually wants to be in my life, who actually makes the effort and the time to be a part of my life and be like a succinct part of my life, something with some substance behind it. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome. And here's the thing. Look, this past person, you guys may have had some beef. There may have been lying, cheating, or it could just be fighting, you know, passion dies out. You guys weren't getting along, whatever it is. Your biggest fear here, with old and with new, honestly, is the Five of Swords, which is fear of victory. This is a defeat, feeling as though a false start, I say with this card, as though the past comes back and the ex is going to say, oh, but I miss you, I love you, and I really want to pursue this. And you're like, okay, you know, I'll give it a try. And then nothing happens because I feel like you've had a few false starts with this person before. So you're unsure about this. You're also not sure that you're ready for new love because you haven't closed out this past completely. Now, would you like to meet someone new? Would you like to entertain having somebody new? Absolutely. But you also worry, if you start that now, would it be a fear of victory on your end or a false start on your end, because you need to figure out exactly what you're doing with this past person before you can move on to something new. It doesn't mean you can't get to know somebody new. It doesn't mean you can't be friends, but you definitely need closure. Otherwise, the past leaks into the present, and then you never have, you know, an organic start with a new person. The next card you have is your outcome, and you have the Nine of Cups. So really, Taurus, whatever you want, you can have. I mean, basically, as cliche as that sounds, the Nine of Cups is bliss, pleasure, fulfillment. This is saying, really, it feels like you can't lose no matter what. You either are going to find success with this ex, okay, and you guys can move on. You can get over the hiccups and start moving in the right direction and have this rebirth. There is a big possibility that could happen for you, Taurus. On the flip side, you could meet somebody new. I do feel, and the Ten of Cups kind of goes where I was, like I said before, I feel like this is for familiar territory. So I do feel like there's a big possibility, Taurus, that your ex may show up and you guys may take it from the beginning or take it from where you left off. And I know that sounds weird, like you're going to begin where you left off, but in a much better sense. I would love to say it's somebody new coming in. And again, that is a possibility, but this is just, it's such a familiar, gosh, this card has been everywhere. It's such a familiarity with this. Generally, if it's new love, it's, you know, getting there slowly. It's moving forward slowly, but this is like major forward momentum, you know, joy, peace, happiness. You go from the 9 to the 10, which is succinct in, you know, wishful thinking and then wishes granted. These are things that happen with somebody that possibly you've had a past with. Now, it could be somebody rather than the ex you're thinking now. It could be an ex from before that ex, or it could be, you know, an old high school friend or an old high school sweetheart or something along those lines. But I definitely feel like the ex wins out here. Like the past wins out here. Like the past has a little more leeway. And I feel like it's because you guys have gotten over the anger. Not saying that everything's perfect, but maybe there is enough of a I miss you type vibe here to where you know, you're feeling good about it. Now, you have the Four of Cups here, which is saying don't waste your time or feel taken for granted. If it's not the right fit for you, then definitely go for the new, okay? If it's not the right fit for you, then definitely go for the new. Because the Four of Cups can often feel like, you know, I don't want to waste my time. But I feel like this is more of a fear for you. Like this is where you want to be because your outcome is a 9 that moves to the 10. But your fear is, I just don't want to be taken for granted, or again, or I don't want to waste my time. Like you feel like you've put enough time and effort into this situation, and you just don't want to see yourself hurt again or see yourself thrown off balance. The Two of Pentacles here, though, is balance and priorities. This is telling me there's a way you guys might be able to balance this out. Because then you have the Chariot coming out again here, which is two people moving in the same direction. Yes, this could be new, but the forward momentum and in the speed at which it's coming, I really feel like this is an X coming through, especially with this Eight of Wands coming in swiftly, quick movement. Yes, it could be somebody new coming in this way, but it again, they keep telling me like familiarity, familiar territory. This is something that you know, and that you've cared about this person for a long time, but things just weren't lining up. And right now it feels like they're lining up, like they're ready to take that chariot ride with you. They're ready to, you know, be a part of your balance, be a part of your priorities. Maybe for the first time in a long time, they're making you a major priority, and therefore you're willing to make them some sort of priority again as well. You have the Two of Swords, which is peace, but it's also decision making. So really, Taurus, I feel conflicted a little bit that this could be new or old, that you're going to make this decision. And I really feel like it's going to be, up to you on how you want to go about it and what decision you want to make, as far as if you want out with the old, in with the new, or if you want to give the old another chance. Like I said, I'm going to stick with what I think, which is another chance between you and this person. But to each his own. Now, you have the Five of Pentacles here, which is worry. Five of Pentacles, again, this is where it really comes down to how you're feeling about how things left off, and how you're feeling about how things can come together. Do you feel like you can trust this person again? Do you feel like they can make strides? I think it's all going to depend on the actions. I think it's all going to depend on how they come through this time, how they show themselves to you. Because the Five of Pentacles, again, is feeling some sort of grief, or feeling some sort of like, impoverished, like loss to a certain extent. But it's in your head. It's something that you're worrying about. So to find your inner peace, you need to figure out which direction you want to go. And if you don't think that you and this person could ever make a go of it again, then your chariot's going to move on to somebody else, and you guys will plan and make things happen together. The way this partnership looks to me, though, again, as I repeat myself, is familiarity. All right. Oof, 2 signs got this. You and I think Pisces. Promise the ring. You guys getting married? You guys gonna get some big opportunity? Somebody coming forth with a promise? Somebody coming forth with a ring? Somebody coming forth with a proposal? Very, very interesting, Taurus. Very interesting. Maybe this new person won't even have a chance, because this past person can feel them crouching in and says, no, I better step up my game. I can't afford to lose Taurus. I care too much about them. I can't imagine my life without them. Polly, Pumpkin, and Finn. If there was ever a time to follow your passion, now is that time. So if there's ever a time to follow your passion, now is that time. I don't know. That ring gave me the chills a little bit. Leave your worries behind. If it's something you really, really want, go with your gut, Taurus. Because there are beautiful things, regardless of whether it's old or new. There's something beautiful coming your way. All right. Have a great month. Bye.